Hello and welcome to the second part of our discussion on the nature of variables. And this time, we will be talking about the scales of measurement of variables. Now, quantifying variables means giving them their respective values and scales. So, what is the point of discussing these scales of measurement of variables? Well, since this is practical research too, quantitative research, we need this particular lesson because the type of scale of measurement actually decides what statistical treatment you should use in your variables, in the variables in your study. So we'll have nominal variables, ordinal variables, ratio variables, and interval variables. What are these things? The first one is, of course, the nominal variable. Let me just move a bit, hopefully. Okay. So, from the name itself, nominal, name, these are categories that cannot be ordered or ranked. They cannot be ranked, but they can be compared. And also, they are variables that have two or more mutually exclusive and exhaustive categories. What are some examples? States of a country, gender, okay, sections or senior high school strands. So those are there's no first, second, or third arrangement there. You cannot rank them, okay? And so if your variable is nominal, cannot be ordered or ranked, then the appropriate statistical treatment for this one is chi-square. Okay, chi-square is the name of the game. So nominal cannot be transformed numerically. So let's have the second one, ordinal. How is it different from nominal? Now, ordinal variables are variables with still no numerical value. There's no numerical distance between the first and second, but they may have two or more categories that can be ranked. So ranks are used to determine the differences between the categories, okay? And so if let's say which one is first, the president or the vice president? Of course, you cannot designate a particular numerical value between the president and the vice president, but you know that the first one is higher than the other. Okay? Do you get what I mean? So that's the ordinal variable. It can be ranked, but there's no numerical difference or numerical value. Okay, so if this is the type of variable that you're going to use in your research, then the statistical treatment is Spearman-Rho. Spearman-Rho. That is correct. Okay, so we can conclude that ordinal and nominal variables or scales of measurement of variables are qualitative in nature. Okay, there's no numerical value. So, interval and ratio variables are actually quantitative. In what terms? So, interval variable has a numerical value and is measured on a continuum. Okay, on a continuum with equal interval. For example, temperature. Okay, IQ scores or IQ test scores. Again, purely quantitative. You can designate an automatic numerical value for temperature and also IQ test scores. Now, before I even reveal the statistical treatment used for interval, let us first discuss about ratio variables, the last scale of measurement. Okay, so ratio variables, just like interval variables, have numerical value and is measured in a continuum. What is the difference between the two? Ratio variables actually have an absolute zero. What does that mean? Let me give you an example or some examples. So ratio variables are height, weight, currency, mass, length, time. What do they have in common? So there is an absolute zero in height. So if you say 0 centimeters in height, then that means the 0 centimeters there means there's no height. Okay? In terms of weight, let's say it's 0 kilograms. If I say that's a it weighs 0 kilogram, then there is no weight at all. But in interval variable, there is no absolute zero there. And so, if we were to use interval or ratio variables in our studies, then the statistical treatments could be t-test, z-test, ANOVA or analysis of variance, Pearson R, or could be linear or multiple regression. So those are the key terms that you need to remember, because we will definitely use them from time to time during our discussion. So hopefully you were able to get some insights in this very simple discussion on variables. Feel free to reach me through my email if you have questions, and plot your consultation schedule should you need one. Thank you very much.